Welcome to our channel, where we embark on a journey to discover the top 10 things to do in the charming city of Bern, Switzerland. Nestled in the heart of the country, Bern is a captivating blend of rich history, breathtaking landscapes, and vibrant culture. Number 10. Museum of Fine Arts. The oldest art museum in the country opened its doors in 1879 in a purpose-built eclecticist hall. The earliest pieces are from the Middle Ages and the museum grazes over a host of movements up to the present day. In the collection there are 3,000 paintings and sculptures as well as almost 50,000 photographs, prints, sketches and pieces of video art. There's a batch of works by the symbolist Ferdinand Hüdeler, and Expressionism is well represented by Paul Klee, Franz Marc, Kandinsky, August Macke and Alexei von Jawlensky. Number 9. Rosengarden. The city's Rose Garden is on high ground, close to the Barron Park and with a very satisfying vista of Bern's old town from the right bank of the Aire. Families, friends and couples come to meet up and take picnics with Bern at their feet. This piece of open land was a cemetery up to 1913, and the first of its roses were planted in 1917. Spring and early summer are the most beautiful times, when ITHE 223 rose and 200 iris species are in flower. The Rose Garden also has 23 rhododendron species that flower in May, as well as a graceful pond with lilies that bloom in July. Number 8. Barron Park. Cross the Aire from the old town and you'll find yourself in the company of 3 brown bears. Bern has long had an affection for bears, and the animal was adopted as an emblem as long ago as the 12th century. Bern has kept its own bears since at least the 16th century, and they were moved to this park on the opposite bank of the Aire in 1857. The habitat was modernized in 2009, when a new space was opened next to the original pit. The two enclosures are linked by a tunnel, and even allow the bears to take dips in the river. Number 7. Bundeshaus. In Switzerland's capital you have to make time for the Swiss Federal Assembly. After all, we're talking one of the world's oldest democracies. The Bundeshaus was completed in stages throughout the second half of the 19th century. If you want to see inside you'll need to book in advance as the tours fill up quickly. Your knowledgeable guide will bombard you with interesting facts about the Swiss federal government, its founding myths and Bern's 150 years as capital. The interior is even more impressive than the dominant neo-Renaissance facade, and burst sculpture, stained glass and carved wood. Number 6. Bern Historical Museum. Switzerland's second largest institution in this field, the Bern Historical Museum handles historical and ethnographical collections going back to the Stone Age. These are housed in a neo-Renaissance edifice, which has a modern extension for temporary exhibitions. Among the highlights of the vast and varied permanent displays are spoils of war. Their set of tapestries taken from Burgundy in the 1400s and 1500s, and the bewitching Königsfelden diptych, composed in Venice for the King of Hungary at the end of the 13th century. The integrated Einstein Museum is a must-see, containing lots of footage, photography and objects illustrating his time in Bern when he devised his theory of relativity. Number 5. Garden. If you're in Bern for more than a day you have to plan a few hours on the slopes of Bern's own hill, Garden. There's a funicular that you catch from by the Aire in Waben. This has been serving the 858-meter hill since 1899 and gets to the top in just 5 minutes. Summer means hiking, a ride on the miniature railway for little ones, barbecues and other good times outdoors, while a toboggan run is available if there's sufficient snow in winter. Mid-July is time for the Garten Festival, which continues to grow and in the last few editions has booked artists like Muse, Patti Smith and Massive Attack. Number 4. Bern Cathedral. Switzerland's tallest cathedral went up gradually during the 15th and 16th centuries. The single spire soars to more than 100 meters and unless you're a bit squeamish about heights you should have no hesitation conquering the 400-odd steps to view the distant, snow-capped Alps. Not literally the end of the world. This is the astonishing set piece on the main portal, held as one of Europe's greatest groups of late Gothic sculpture. In the tympanum you'll see how the wicked are separated from the virtuous by the Archangel Michael, while Jesus, Mary and the Apostles look down from the archivolts. Number 3. Zytglogge. Erected at the end of the 12th century as Bern's western city gate, this tower in the old town has become an icon for an extraordinary clock that was installed in 1530. One of the oldest in Switzerland, this measured standard time in the canton of Bern, and has an astounding astronomical clock below. Get to mark gas on the stroke of the hour for a little show when some of the earliest examples of automata come alive beside the astrolabe. These mechanical figures, the astronomical clock and the clock itself, are all controlled by the same mechanism. You can see it in action behind the scenes on a daily tour of the tower that starts at 14:30. Book in advance because numbers are limited. Number 2. Zentrum Paul Klee. In Bern's eastern outskirts is a phenomenal modern museum for one of the most influential artists of the early 20th century. Klee was born just outside Bern and went to gymnasium in the city. In 1997 his daughter donated all of her inheritance to the city, and Renzo Piano was hired to design a museum for these works. Looking like an oscillating wave, the museum opened in 2005 and after later donations now has around 40% of Klee's entire oeuvre, beginning with childhood sketches and continuing through his expressionist, cubist and surrealist periods. Number 1. Old Town. One of the many things to love about Bern's UNESCO-listed medieval center is its uniformity. Most of the city was claimed by a fire in 1405, and tall sandstone buildings took over from the old wooden houses. Many are woven with arcades on their ground floor, and these are a defining characteristic of the city. There are 6 kilometers of arcades in all, hiding shops, bars, cafes, and restaurants. One idea for a walking tour is try to find all 11 Renaissance fountains in the center. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting travel content from around the world.